Listen up.
This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
So today on The Talk, they've put out a teaser for what's going to be happening. And Eve is discussing how she has to have these very difficult and uncomfortable conversations right now because she is married to a white man. So here's what she said.
I am in an interracial relationship. I am having some of the most difficult and uncomfortable conversations I think I've ever had, and vice versa with my husband. But at the same time, it's a beautiful thing because I don't know his life through his eyes. He doesn't know my life through my eyes. All we can do is sit. All he can do is try to understand and try to ask the questions. And he wants to understand. It's going to be uncomfortable, but we have to be okay with being uncomfortable so that we can get to a solution.
Is that what LL Cool J was alluding to when he was saying, what are the biracial?
No, I actually got a call about LL. I believe, don't quote me, I believe he has a stepbrother or that's half black, half white, I believe. And that's what he was referring to, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, okay. When he yelled out on Twitter, imagine how people raising biracial children feel right now. This is crazy. So Eve was just having a conversation with her white husband.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yes.
That shouldn't be an uncomfortable conversation, though. It shouldn't be uncomfortable at all. There should be somebody listening and somebody teaching.
Yeah.
But it is also okay to have uncomfortable conversations, I feel like. That's fine, because this might be something that, it's right now in this day and age and everything that's happening, some of those conversations might get a little heated, even amongst people who love each other.
Yeah, and what's
sometimes
crazy,
people
though,
just don't understand.
And it's not even a conversation about race. It's just a conversation about humanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way a human being can watch that video of George Floyd and say, oh, that's okay. If you don't feel a way about that, then something's wrong with you. You don't got no soul.
Mm-hmm. And you should always feel okay when you're in a space where you feel safe to be able to ask questions too, even those difficult questions. So like she said, he sees life through his eyes. She sees life through her eyes. So they have to be able to discuss those things and she said, it's hard because she gets very emotional as well. So I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Killer Mike also hosted a virtual meeting with grassroots leaders, and he was highlighting all the ways that they're working to address systemic racism. Here is TMZ. They were live streaming it.
You guys are the most important people on the phone today because you do the work. I was told by my mentor, you do not organize on the behalf of people without organizing with people. So seeing as though how I have attention because I'm a rapper, I want to give that attention exactly to where it should go. And that's the people who are in the fields doing the work, whether that's Kia or Gary or Insight. I just wanted to make sure that along with answering my questions today or questions from me, that you didn't hang up the phone looking for who the people that are doing the work, but they're on the phone or on the Zoom call with us. And with that said, I'll digress and listen.
Listen, remember when the guy called up earlier and said people need to be meeting, coming up with demands, coming up with a plan?
Yep.
What Killer Mike is doing has been happening. Okay, that one just went public, but we all know Mike is a brother that always does the work. But I'm gonna tell y'all something: we don't need to be plotting and planning in front of the world. Let's let folks just see the work. They don't need to see how the food is being cooked. You get more accomplished that way. Sniper position, stay low, keep firing. And for all you brothers and sisters in the communities, don't wait on a celebrity to help you organize. Organize yourself. Don't wait on a celebrity to lead. You lead. You know your community better than any celebrity does. So lead.
Well, in Chicago, the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, has already announced new reform measures for police accountability and also a $10 million fund for businesses that have been harmed in recent days. So there's some new directives, and she says there are immediate necessary next steps like improved training for police officers, bringing in community leaders and members as teachers, officer wellness programs so they can manage their own trauma and stress, mandatory training on crisis intervention and procedural justice for all officers, and a new recruit program for police community relations. So they said they're going to be implementing these measures within the next 90 days. So nobody can say that work is not getting done. I don't think that's true at all.
Drop one of the clues bombs for Lori Lightfoot. And you know what else that shows you? Lori Lightfoot is a black woman. She's a black woman who is in a position to do things that benefit the black community. She's not just a black face in a high place. She's a black face that cares about black people in a high place, so she can make those type of things happen. That's how you dismantle white supremacy.
And she's fed up and she doesn't give a F, and she only cares about making sure doing what's right. And I love it. I love that.
All right. And Kiki Palmer also took to the streets yesterday, and she was demanding justice for George Floyd. And she was spotted at a demonstration. She did approach members of the National Guard, and here's what happened.
March beside us. Let the revolution be televised. March beside us and show us that you're here for us. Be the change. Do it. Please do it. Please. We are good people. March with us.
Thank you. Because I can't leave this post. I will march through this street with you guys to that next intersection.
I don't know.
From this intersection to that intersection, but I have to control this area.
Control. What is it to control, man? March with us.
Can you do me a favor? Can you take a kneel?
Absolutely.
Can you take a kneel?
I don't know. It ain't enough for me. They ain't enough for me.
I thought that was great. Shout out to Kiki. Had the guards get on their knees and everything. I love it. Shout out to Kiki.
Oh, wow. You do, huh? You love when the guards get on their knees. Go ahead and...
What is wrong with you, man? See, you always take things kinky, man. This is serious, man. She had the National Guards take a knee yesterday, man. That was dope.
That's not what you said. Oh, you said she had the
You heard
guards
what you
get
wanted
on
to hear.
their knees,
Can you continue?
and you loved it. There's an inmate in a jail right now hearing that and smiling.
See,
he wants the
things-
guards
Y'all want
to
me
get
to
on their
continue?
knees.
Yeah, please continue. This guy's crazy. Like, he takes everything that can't turn into kinky.
All right, and surviving R. Kelly producer Dream Hampton, she is going to be directing a Black Wall Street series. She has announced that. It's in the works right now. It's a mini documentary series about the Tulsa Race Massacre in 1921. That's when the Greenwood District was known as the Black Wall Street, and that was because of the success of the 300 African-American-owned businesses. She said, Black people from Tulsa have refused to let the Greenwood District Massacre be erased from history. I'm so inspired by their persistence to lift up the stories of what North Tulsa was before the massacre. So she's going to be telling that story.
Yeah, I can't wait for that story to be told. Also, Dream Hampton is so much more than the surviving R. Kelly director. I hate when people, I mean, that's not your fault, Yee, but I just hate when people label her that when they say surviving R. Kelly director. Dream has been around for a long time, doing some great things. I actually
Great
like her
journalist.
writing a lot.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.